Thurman, Kirshner, and Tim's law firm is excited to introduce attorney J.J. Evans to the Charleston community. We also welcome along with J.J. Officer Harry Sosa to talk about the crime of the week with the Crime Stoppers. J.J., tell us about your path. You've got great experience and so forth. Tell us about your path of it, your experience path.
Well, I started here in Charleston at the Citadel. I graduated from there in 1993. Went into law enforcement soon after that, and I actually was a county deputy sheriff and a SLED agent for 19 years. Finished law school at Charleston School of Law at night, doing their part-time program while I was working full-time. So now I'm a criminal defense attorney at Thurman, Kirshner, and Tim's, and have a ton of experience in court and with all different types of crimes. And
I was about to say, with us as being a SLED agent for how many years?
I was a SLED agent for 9 years.
Good gracious! So you've seen it all, man, haven't you?
I've worked everything from officer-involved shootings to major narcotics to sexual conduct crimes. We've really got a chance to do it all.
And doing that path, originally going to the Citadel and then being an officer, and then going to law school, that's a lot on your plate at one time. It
was a lot, and you know, my family supported me through the whole thing. I couldn't have done it without them. And you know, it just, you make up your mind that you're going to do it, and that's what you do, and it worked out for me.
Now that you're with TKT, what are sorts of areas of law that you prefer to practice in? I know a lot of lawyers don't say that they want to say they specialize in something,
right?
But some folks really like to go into certain types of law.
Well, it was intuitive for me to focus on criminal law. You know, I've worked every type of crime imaginable, and it just seemed to be the way to go, that I would know the most about that. But we also do personal injury that I'm involved in, such as car wrecks or truck wrecks, motorcycles, things like that. But mostly I focus on criminal aspect.
I can imagine being with SLED for 7 years and seeing so much over the years that now being a lawyer, does that kind of at times put you on the other side?
It does, but you know, as a police officer, you're seeking justice. As a lawyer, you're seeking justice.
Correct.
You know how you define that is basically your mantra. I've had clients that, you know, for instance, are charged with driving under the influence, but it would affect their life completely over the course of retirement and everything else. So is that really justice in that?
True. And this may be
for a mistake, first time they've ever made, first time
offense.
offense. They've never made an error like this before. So it gives me an opportunity to work that out and actually seek justice from a different perspective.
Okay. Officer Harry, tell us about the Crime Stoppers and how you guys are working together. You and I talked about right at the commercial break. I said, how's business? You said, it's always busy.
It's always busy, always happening.
People are just doing dumb things out there.
Yep, and with Crime Stoppers, I mean, like I said, it's the same thing. Our goal is to have that community involvement somehow, and so it's just one of those great tools that the community can use, give great tips to help law enforcement, and also get a reward if it works out as well.
And that's what Crime Stoppers is for the person that's watching it on television or wherever their means of watching it a lot of times, is that they can, if they know some of that information, I know the person that had the dinosaur outfit that scared the horse downtown.
Correct.
They're still trying to find that individual.
Correct.
And there is a reward for that.
That was a perfect example. We had tons of tips that came in where I was calling the detectives and everything.
She just turned herself in.
Correct. She ended up turning herself in, and there were tons of tips that came in. And so, but my goal, my job was to get that information to the detectives as fast as we could. Wow. It's a perfect example of how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, how it's supposed to work is so much right there, what you need to see, what needs to be done at all times. And JJ, you know, we look at working with Crime Stoppers, you're looking at working with people, and again, when you were talking about the person first time offense, it'd be a little different if it was a four-time offender on the same thing.
Absolutely, and you're not seeking the same resolution. It just doesn't fit the crime at that point.
Yeah, very good. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us today. Appreciate it with TKT and also with Crime Stoppers.
We'll meet again.
And it's good to hear that lady turned herself in, and she's making sure that she can hopefully do things right.
Absolutely.
Very good. Thank you, gentlemen. More coming up right after the break, so stay with us.